Health. All right. You see how I said don't play with me with nursing process? Don't play with me with Maslow's. Yeah, who has never heard of Maslow? Raise your hand shamefully. They raise their hand unshamefully. You never heard of Maslow? Maslow's psych?
The name is like clicking. It sounds familiar, but it's not really clicking.
Who heard of Maslow? What's Maslow, Chanel?
It's the...
Or who's Maslow, I should say.
Who
or what, whatever.
The hierarchy of, it's like the well-being.
Yes, of human needs. That's all it is.
I just don't know the name.
Yeah, I know you know.
Which is the important part.
That's the important. It's important because for testing purposes. But the concept, I'm happy if you know the concept. Because the concept is what you're going to need when you're answering a lot of these NCLEX questions. Okay? I will not be mad at you if you forget Maslow. For the most part. Okay? But you do need to understand the concept. So basically, in a nutshell, Maslow's hierarchy of human needs is basically the basic human needs have to be met in order of hierarchy so that the patient can actually thrive. For example, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care where you come from. I don't care your race, your ethnicity, your etc. Everybody needs oxygen. Tell me one human being who can live without oxygen. Raise your hand. You see? Because if you don't have oxygen, which is a physiologic need, then you can't move on to the next level of need. Does that make sense? This is important so that you know how to prioritize your care. Does this make sense? Okay? So, other physiologic needs. What are other physiologic needs besides oxygen? Give me some.
Cardiac.
Be more specific.
Circulation.
Circulation. Thank you. Sakina. Water. Everybody need water. Yeah, you should be drinking water. What else?
Oxygen.
I said oxygen.
Who was the first?
It was the first one.
Food.
Food. That's what we need in a couple of minutes right now. What else?
Shelter.
No. Because there's homeless people. Are they still living? No, that comes up next. What else? All right, I need you to know physiologic. Huh?
I was going to say clothes.
Can't you live without clothes? I mean, you may not be happy with what you see, but you can live without clothes. What is something you cannot live with? What? Okay, that was said already.
Activity?
Huh?
Brain activity?
Brain activity? No, well, actually.
You can live, I guess.
Yeah, because there are people that are brain. Yeah, so no. Let me start writing these answers down. Physiologic. So y'all don't repeat. Oxygen. Water.
You can't live without, like, the blood, I guess.
Circulation. Mm-hmm. What we said?
Food, water, oxygen.
Food, water, oxygen, circulation.
TikTok, help them out. Sleep. Duh. Sleep is actually on there. What else I got? Warmth. I know we could kind of live with warmth without warmth. I mean, there's so much people, they living out in the cold. I mean, they're struggling, but shelter is not physiologic. It's not a physiologic need. Blood, yes. Okay, that's part of circulation. And you see, this is I do know the answer is in the book, people. Elimination. Yes. You gotta defecate. You gotta urinate. If you don't urinate, what's gonna happen? Back up, and toxins, and then when the toxins continue to build up, which we're gonna learn when we get to GU, you're gonna die. Okay? So elimination. Some of us gotta defecate, urinate, even vomit. Okay, sometimes it's necessary to live. Okay, to some extent. Okay, body temperature. Okay, so thermoregulation is another physiologic need. Why am I stressing this, Tim? Well, is that under physiologic? Physical activity? Okay. Yeah, okay. You must know this. Why? Because let's say you step into a room and then the patient's room is chaotic or whatnot, and then you see that um, uh, their bed is disheveled, they're turning blue, and they're gasping for air. What's your priority? Fixing the bed or giving them oxygen? Oxygen, yeah. So you're gonna provide oxygen. Does that make sense? So this helps you to prioritize your care. Next, once all of these needs are met, then you can go up to the next level of basic human need, which is safety and security. This is where shelter comes in and all that good stuff. Okay, feeling safe. Also on this list is hand hygiene. Y'all would think hand hygiene would be your priority. Now, let me say this, and let me say this carefully, because I know if I don't say this carefully, Kiani's gonna come for me. Okay? She gonna keep me on my toes, that I like it, and my toes are starting to hurt with these heels. But let me stop. Okay? You see, I said safety. Hand hygiene is under safety. Because what is more important, the patient turning blue or making sure your hand is clean? Ah.
Person. Oh.
Huh?
I mean, the patient turning blue.
Patient turning blue. So your priority is not hand hygiene, washing your hand. Hey, that patient turning blue. O2 set's supposed to be 95. It's 55. Let me go ahead and put that O2 on. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We are always supposed to wash our hands. Don't get me wrong. We are always supposed to wash our hand or do hand hygiene, effective hand hygiene. But you have to prioritize your care accordingly. Just like what Lisa said. You stepped into the room, you see disaster, let me gather the data before I know how to intervene, and let me prioritize my care according to what is presented before me. Comprende? Me entiende? Nutadem? Y'all understand? Okay, that's all I got. Okay, I'm gonna learn Chinese or Mandarin or something. Okay. After that, you go into love and belonging. This is where, community, family, do I have a significant other? Those things come into place. But if I ain't breathing, or if I'm at risk for sepsis, or not at risk, if I'm going through septic shock, I could care less about my significant other cheating on me. You understand? Or the children not doing what they're supposed to be doing because I'm up here dying. Does that make sense? Okay? Well, not me. The client. Okay? All right? Then you go into self-esteem. This is where where you're concerned about the patient's self-worth, and then self-actualization, where you have done everything you wanted to do. But in terms of prioritization, listen to me well. In terms of prioritization, especially when you're answering those questions that says, what should the nurse do first? You're thinking about Mr. Maslow. If you don't forgot his name, just remember this triangle. Okay? Are we cool? Because Kiani, we gonna go toe to toe. She keeping me on my toes, y'all. Just so y'all know, this is Kiani, okay? She gonna make sure I do what I gotta do. Okay? All right? Are we cool? All right. Make sure y'all please read up on Maslow's more in depth. It's going to help you a lot when you are answering these questions. Okay? All right. There go.
It's on page 80 if you guys.
All right.
Or page 78, sorry.
Thank you. You see? Page 78, starting on 78. All right? And these are all the different levels of what I was talking about.
And it goes on like.
Now, you must also know, because I will test you in the next couple of assessments on family. You shouldn't, and it's going to come up on your final exam. Family. Let me tell y'all, family is not limited to mom, dad, siblings. Family is whoever you say it is. Whoever the client says is family, that's family, number one. Okay? Mom, dad, and siblings could be sitting there, and the client will identify this individual as their family member because of the bond or the relationship that they have with that client. Okay? So family is any group of people who live together and depend on one another for physical, emotional, and financial support. That's what family is. I do need you to know, just for these next two assessments, the different types of families. Okay, you should know them. Nuclear, that's the traditional mom, dad, children. Extended, this is like where you have the aunts, the uncles, grandparents, if they're still around. Then you also have the blended family where now two parents bring in children from previous relationships, okay? And then you have the single parent, right? Which is basically, it could be a result of maybe separation, divorce, death, never even married. Let me ask y'all, okay, since I have time. Of all of these families listed here, which family type would be at most risk for health issues based off of this list right here?
Nuclear.
Nuclear, I hear nuclear, I hear single. Any other responses? Anton, what sayest thou? Anton? Why? Okay, you say blended is the one that has the most highest risk of health issues. Yes. Okay. Chanel says again?
Nuclear.
Nuclear, and you say? You say single. Anton, defend your case right quick because we trying to eat.
Two parents and it's just seems toxic.
Blended family is toxic?
From previous relationships.
Yep.
Okay. Anton says blended family is the one that's most at risk for health issues because of toxicity from previous relationship. Okay. All right. Chanel, you said nuclear?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because you're so close encountered with your kids, with your husband. You sleep in the same bed with them. Your kids are always there, always in every room that you walk into.
Damn,
Clearly
so
I'm
annoying kids. Okay. That's why. All right. And you said?
I said single parent because knowing many single parents, you have your kids in daycare, you're going to work, you're being exposed to flu here, all the kids are always sick at daycare, and then if you're a single parent, depending if if they know their father or if their father left, you might not know their medical history, you might not know their parents or whatever, depending on there's so many different situations obviously, so say, for argument's sake, you have a one-night stand, right? You get pregnant, you don't ever see that dude again, you don't know his family, you don't know if his mom died of cancer or if his father died of Parkinson's disease, or you never know, Alzheimer's, there's so many things that could go into it.
Okay.
And if you don't have that other side of the coin, then you don't know what your kids or you could genetically have. And then single parents, just like I said, on average, their kids are in daycare more, they're working more, so they're more exposed to like bacteria, viruses.
Oh, TikTok. You should see the hands are being raised. Trinity.
I feel like single parents because living off of one income could predispose you to be in a lower income, lower education for healthcare.
Okay, Jacqueline.
We're talking about like getting sick, right?
Yes. Which one of these families?
Extended family, because grandparents can get sicker faster, right?
Okay, because grandparents could get sicker faster. Okay.
People can get sicker faster. Younger babies can get sicker faster than like the.
Okay. Anton?
I think it's blended family because
Not, wait, is he chanting? You're trying to defend.
Be the best.
Okay. And remember, the question is, which of these families more likely to have health issues? And you're sticking with blended again? Because?
they're unrelated children from previous relationships. So because the children aren't related, their immune systems could be different, which means they could pass things around.
Okay, pass things around. Pass things around. Okay. All right. Kenosha?
Oh, I don't know what I had my hand up for.
Who do you think?
I was stretching.
No, oh, well, stretch the answer. Which one of these is the answer?
Single parent.
You like the why? You like her argument?
Those two arguments. Right on.
As well.
Oh, Trinity is
Okay.
Keanu.
Wouldn't it just be the first family, like the nuclear family?
Nuclear?
No, the first one. That doesn't.
That's just.
No, this is the umbrella. This is the umbrella covering the different. This is the different types of family.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I still say nuclear.
What says? How am I supposed to remember your name? I'm gonna call you Carlos now.
Yeah.
Here's Carlos. You are? I got it right.
She said, what's the most Hispanic name I can think of?
Carlos. My bad, Carlos. I didn't think I had it right. Carlos, who do you agree with?
Definitely a single parent.
Single parent. Okay, show of hands. Single. We got more singles. Okay. All right. Blended. Damn. Why you? I gotta figure out how to turn this around. How do I turn this around? Cause I need TikTok to see. I don't even know. But TikTok. Show of hands. Who say blended? Who say blended? Nobody. Anton, why isn't where's Anton? Anton, why isn't why isn't your hand raised? Okay, you by yourself. Okay. Single? How many say single? Okay, we having this recorded. And how many say blended? Let me tell y'all something. Whoever is correct get to leave now, and everybody else is gonna stay till 5 p.m. The correct response is single. Okay? And I know you stay your behind right there, okay? The reason being is for the reasons that you stated right there. Look, the reason I asked this question is this is how you're going to think when you do these exam questions. You see how you're concerned about, with blended, kids might bring in something from a previous relationship. They might be healthy. Both parents are still there. And when you think about it, with blended families, the basic human needs are mostly being met. Okay? It's more complete. When you think about it, there's more love and they just got more people to love on.
Single parent families, there are more moms and dad,
Whoever's a single parent. And Kiani, I know you're gonna keep me on my toes, but you hit the nail right on the head. You and Trinity. Like, I couldn't even explain it any better. For those very reasons. One income. I gotta send my kids to daycare so I could work. And when my kids are in daycare, what are they exposed to? Ear infection. Now they're getting sick. And more sick. And more sick. Flu. All that. And then I gotta work 3 jobs because I gotta pay the bills. So my kids ain't gonna see me. That love and belongingness is gonna be kind of like, put to...
out, so your immune system's lowered, so you're getting sick by them, and then you're just...
Exactly. Janaya?
I was gonna say, and if they're single because of a case of like the parent left and like the mom or dad blames the child, they might purposefully like neglect them.
There might be neglect, yes. Depending on the mom or the reason why the singleness took place in the first place. You are absolutely correct. But you gotta think when these questions are being asked, and we are gonna end it right here and continue it's not even much, but we'll continue tomorrow. But you gotta think, don't add to what's not there. Okay? Because Anton, it's not that your answer is not that bad, but it ain't that great either. Okay? All right? They could be healthy, but at least they have, everything. I know, I get it, but I need you to think outside the correct box, okay? We left off yesterday talking about single parents being the one who is most likely to be at risk for health issues. Who was it? Kiani, and was it Trinity that told us why? And why was it again that they're most likely to be having health issues, single parent families? Why? Because what?
Socioeconomic stressors.
That's one. What else? What's another reason?
Because kids are in daycare, they have more stressors in life and less support.
More stressors in life, less support. And what else is another reason? What you told us again, Trinity?
Single income.
Okay. What?
Single income.
Single income. All right, so family structures. Make sure y'all remember family and the different types of families, okay? And what you're assessing for. Now, families serve to help with the physical aspects, economic, they reproduce, of course, because we're trying to produce future generations. And then they also help with effective and also with in terms of how we are characteristic wise coping, and they help build or structure how we socialize or interact with the public, okay, or other individuals, right? Now, there is different stages of family. It usually starts off with a couple, and then the family, and that couple has children. Then you have after that, in terms of growth, the children grows up, and then they have young adults. Then they go into middle age adults, and then of course the family grows into older adults. That's just basically simple. Okay. Now, the risk factors that are associated with the health of families. Okay, so again, there's lifestyle risk factors. Brianna.
Yes.
Okay. What are some lifestyle risk factors that affects family health?
Smoking.
Oh, explain, elaborate, and how. Explain how.
There was sometimes like become like irritable if they're not able to smoke.
If the kid's not able to smoke,
No, okay.
who's irritable?
Parents,
So the parents become irritable if they are not able to smoke, and that affects the health of the family.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other Trinity?
Secondhand smoke.
What about secondhand smoking?
For the kids.
Elaborate.
Parents smoking around the kids will affect their lungs.
Will affect and that can put them at risk for what?
Lung cancer.
Lung cancer, asthma, even, etc. Okay. Janaya, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying. Tell me.
Another one. Like if there's a parent that's drinking alcohol, it could start the children's early drinking.
It could start the children's early drinking. It could also alcohol can also cause the parent to be maybe abusive or act irrational. So very good. How about psychosocial? Alejandro. Okay, your name is easy for me to remember now. Okay.
Psychosocial
Mhm.
factors.
That is a hard word. You know, your book has the answer. I don't like to open the book. I don't know what the book do to you. You know? Psychosocial. And the book's still right in front of him. Look, I tell the book right in front of him. Why not anti the book? I get that it's heavy and all, but why not against the book? What's that disdain with the book? You know? While he's looking, Macheska.
Psychosocial, so the parents fight a lot, and they show that behavior around the children, especially like physical and verbal abuse.
Okay.
They'll start to follow their footsteps.
Okay, yep, that's a good example. Any other examples?
Inadequate income,
Ooh, what money got to do with anything?
so safe housing, providing food, clothing, and
Okay, not environmental now. What about environmental?
air, water, or food pollution.
Air, water, food pollution. Explain, elaborate. You know you can't just give it a carrot and dangle it like that. Nah. Elaborate. Don't say you don't know, you know.
When the water had the lead in it, that kind of.
Okay, that's actually a good example. Okay, you know, don't be saying you don't know. All right, any other environmental risk factors?
Conflicts between like family members and stuff.
For environmental risk factors?
Oh, sorry.
You back on so. Hey, I mean, but Chester already answered it for you. You like, yeah, she done pay that. All right, but environmental. How can the environment?
If you're in a poor area, you'll have like much more family problems, such as like not enough resources.
Ooh, okay, you getting somewhere with elaborate a little more.
Like, if it depends all on your environment. So if you're in a place with bad, like low-paying jobs and stuff, you might not be able to afford healthcare and stuff like that.
Bad paying, so that goes to money. Bad paying jobs. You don't be mixing psychosocial now. Look at him trying to squeeze in psychosocial. He had all these chances to answer psychosocial. You got another job, bruh. It's environmental. Hurry up before Cornelius and Kiani. Did I pronounce it well? No? Like I heard it, didn't I? I did right. That's how you. Oh, Kiani. Okay. Take your shine. Hurry up. Mason also trying to take your shine too.
Water pollution.
Bro, that's what Kenosha said. Oh, hurry up! We got things to do. We ain't got all day.
Like social pressures, maybe to do with environmental.
Environment. What's the environment?
Your surroundings.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. You kind of alluded, but then you went off. I need you to stay on the environment.
If you're in a bad environment, there usually be like gangs and stuff. So maybe that'll be a risk factor.
Mason looking at you like, bruh. Mason is like, huh? Those are good answers? Cornelius, you agree with his answers?
I mean, the book just says that it's a lack of transportation or distance to services.
Okay. You see, gang. What would you put gang? If we got, since you mentioned it.
Like,
can it be environmental?
That's what it says in the book.
Oh, you're bad. Oh, okay. My bad. Yes, Trinity.
Lack of healthy food options.
Okay. You see that? Okay, because you started alluding to it, like where your environment is, what you have lack of resources. So if you don't have, for example, let's make it more digestible. If you're living in an area like, okay, I'm from down south, Miami. Okay, in the ghetto. All right, in the environment. Gas station, liquor store, next gas station, another liquor store, Mickey D's, Burger King, Church's Chicken, and then I'm gonna have a mama and pop grocery store that has nothing but those sausages and pickled eggs and stuff like that, and potato chips. You see what the environment is like? What resources, what access will I have to healthy food? Ain't no apples, ain't no what's down here in tradition? Publix, and what's the other one? That big expensive store across from that store that's right across from Publix. It's Fresh? No. Fresh Market. You know, like expensive stuff. You know, Fresh Market. We ain't got that in the ghetto. You know what I mean? So that's what your environment, because of the environment in which you reside in, now you have lack of access to quality food. Kenosha?
Yes.
Gave another great example. When that incident happened in Flint, Michigan, the water, what their water quality is gonna be like? Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody drinking water unless you really desperate. Water had to be shipped over there so they can have at least some kind of access to quality water. That's the environment, because of the environment in which they reside in. Does that make sense? Yeah. Whereas psychosocial, because my money ain't right, now it's whatever my pockets can afford, or or education, what I understand to be safe or healthy for me to eat. You understand? That, which is kind of different. Okay. Wrong class. You were gonna say something, Cornelius? No. Okay. All right. And then developmental, Janaya.
I feel like it could also be food, because like how some kids can develop autism from the chemicals in the food.
Ooh, okay, you gonna have to elaborate a little more.
Like some foods that contain like certain chemicals that can alter like how with some of the foods it can cause ADHD.
What foods cause ADHD?
Like cereals and like the ones with dyes, like
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, my favorite.
No, like Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. Ooh, Fruity Pebbles nasty anyway. Okay, do you agree, Trinity, with what she said? In terms of developmental risk factors, certain foods can lead to developmental delay or developmental issues, is what she's saying.
I would think of developmental risk more like mental, like hardships or like mental illness, substance abuse.
Mental illness or like substance. Okay, you're gonna have to elaborate. Then, so she don't sound like she agree with you. That's what it sounds like.
It's developmental, like environment development, or like developmental, like mental.
Developmental. What does it now? What does my question to you all is what is developmental, or what does development mean? Let's just take it there. And then that's going to answer that question. What does developmental mean? Not educational level. Anton, I saw Brianna. Hold on before I get Brianna. Anton?
Not being stuck at where you're at, moving on to something else.
Not being
like broadening your horizons.
Huh?
Like broadening your horizons.
Broadening your. What you mean broadening my horizons? Not being stuck. It sounds. I need you to bring it in a little more. Close it in. What you mean?
Not being fixed.
Not being fixed.
Yeah.
You see what happens when he opens the book? Wow. Okay. All right, Brianna.
I want to say like a person growth and like development in life.
Growth and development in life. You can't define the word with the word. You can't define the word with the word.
The process of growth. I was thinking like development risk factors are like premature birth.
Okay, let's go. Go ahead, elaborate. You stuck? What's that? Oh my. Mishka, before I say what I'm gonna say.
So developmental, that's like, especially for children, the different stages of life and infancy and toddlerhood.
Okay.
And some risk factors that can affect that are things like, just things that will delay their mental progression. So
is it limited to just mental progression?
It can be motor skills.
Okay.
It can be visual. It can be.
All right. Okay, give me an example of what you're saying.
For example, if the children don't go around other children as much, they're not socially developing.
Okay, there you go. Good example. Hold on. Sakina?
Yes.
It's day 2. Okay. Yes.
Would it be a child stays at a home that has lead paint, they eat the lead paint, and they develop disability in terms of mindset, mental capacities, or limitations in learning?
Okay, yeah. That also kind of goes into environment. It meshes in a little bit, too, but it does impact the developmental growth. Yes. Okay. Good, or well-being, I should say. Yes. Mason.
Like people with children with like mental disabilities or learning disabilities.
Okay.
It can hold them back in their like schooling. Like they can get held back multiple years. Or older people who have like the mindset of like 12-year-olds. Those can like stop their like cognitive function.
There you go. Okay, Mason. I thought Mason was ready for me. He's like, yeah, he was ready. Okay, very good. Biologic now, Mason.
Oh,
damn, Mason was ready.
Like people who live with their grandparents, regardless of where they're at.
Biologic?
Yeah, like viruses.
You gonna have to elaborate, cause how nigga with my grandparent gonna expose me
well,
to?
Because they can get sick easier because they're older, and they have a vulnerable immune system.
Not Mason hating on the oldie goldies.
Well, I love my grandma. She gets sick all the time. It's just happening, and like you can get sick from it if you're taking care of them.
Okay, but don't limit. Okay, that's not limited because of she's being old only. It's not limited to older people. Any viruses? Cause okay, there's a new virus around now. The ship one. What is it? Hunter or something? Yeah. Okay. Ain't a lot of old people. It wasn't only old people on the ship.
Viruses and like bacteria in general.
Oh, okay. Shayla, do you agree with Nick's thing?
No, I would say no.
You gotta get it. I'm sorry. She was supposed to say no. What do you mean birth defects?
Like something that someone can't control that they're born with.
For biologic risk factors? Okay. Okay. Let me see where you're going with this one. Let's go.
Like Down syndrome.
Okay. How is Down syndrome? I don't.
Something they develop genetically, maybe.
They develop genetically, and that's what puts them at allows them to have a biologic risk.
How about those with parents with pre-existing conditions such as lung cancer or heart conditions? Would that affect them?
So what is biologic? What does the book say is biologic? Huh? Birth defects. Okay, how? I need you to time a bit more. What? That's what biologic risk is, or biologic mean is birth defects. What is the definition of biologic? What does the book say is the definition of biologic risk? Or, I don't want to say risk, but biologic. What does it say? Where is it? Oh, don't even give no definition? Oh, you're bad. Huh? So genetics, okay, but how did you get, what caused you to get, what led to the birth defect, in other words?
Like if the mother's on drugs
Okay, certain medications, that becomes like a teratogen, which you'll hear that word, you may not have, teratogen means a drug that's like a poison to the baby. Okay, so that's what leads to that birth defect. Does that make sense? Okay, certain things like that, or exposure, but that because you old. Okay, so I'm getting up there in age, so I don't want you to be trying me like that. All right. Ooh, what happened? All right, let's move forward. Bam. All right, community factors affecting health, which you mentioned some of them with the area or neighborhood in which you reside, social support system, the community health structure. When they talk about community health structure, let's talk about that a little bit. What do they mean by that? Community health structure. What do they mean by that?
Maybe hospitals being available in that environment. There's like a community, I guess, our house or home.
Okay, so access to certain health facilities, okay.
Some people travel longer, and a rural countryside takes longer to get to a certain hospital if anything does happen. So.
Okay, very good. All right, economic, you already understand. And environmental, we already talked about. Okay, now, just right here is talking about the characteristics of community influences of how the community health impacts the health of a family member. Of course, you have education, you have healthcare resources like we're talking about, transportation, access to quality food, etc. Okay, that's really for the most part chapter 4.